Welcome, everyone, to our latest episode. I hope you guys didn't have bored yourselves to death with the latest episode in the previous recording, because we had grind a hell of a prepositions. But this episode will be a tad bit slower, but we'll still have some content. But first of all, I would like to apologize that we will have a couple of additional noise in this couple episodes because I got a couple of new neighbors. So I ask and apologize in advance if there is any unexpected noise that may happen during the recording from both audio and some weird ass noise. There's nothing we can do exactly. I don't have another appropriate place to record those episodes, and I don't want to delay them too long. But I will. I think it will be fine. I think it will be fine. So, latest episode, we got Balthier on our team. We finally have our Sky Knight and Agrias to our roster. But, as I mentioned before, we got one of the three books that we have events for them. I check it, and we actually got the three that have actually the visual novels. So this episode, we're gonna start with the M fiction novel. We're gonna try to play through one of these each in episode, so I don't bore you guys too much with a lot of text because it's pretty much a visual novel. It's a book to read. So, M fiction novel, adventure book detailing the life of a man named Mesa. The book is old and burned up. Only part of it can be read. Lankan Islands, 1822. Hey, He-Man. Think you can shake them? I'll try my best, sir. Let's, sir. On the double. Aye, aye, sir. We made it this far. Not gonna let it get us now. Fantasy magic science story. The Gloria. The airship my father gave me. It used all the latest technology of the time, but it couldn't handle the pounding we'd put it through on all our adventures. So we decided to make some major improvements. Looks just about the same on the outside, but all the inner machinery has been refit with the highest quality components. With the latest advances in technology, it has 30 times its former output and only consumes 1/10 of the fuel. This ship that soars free through the sky also holds 10 times as many crew members, and we love it like a lifelong friend. It's been 15 years since we left our hometown of Barthia, yet there are still many colonies and lands in this wide world that are completely unknown to us. I seem to have inherited my father's thirst for adventure. In my numerous gallivants across the globe, I found my many treasures, made some money, even pick up a bit of fame, but that's not why I do it. There is, of course, a reason why I refuse to give up adventuring. Not until I find Kaimisuhama, the legendary city of gold. This was my father's dying wish. Captain! Captain Rickson, come to the bridge right away! Through the intercom's pipe, we installed all throughout the ship, I heard a woman's voice. We'll soon be over to Langton Island, sirs. Thank you, I replied. I'll be right there. I hurriedly got dressed and headed below, where the bridge from which the Glorious steered is located. Thank you for coming so quickly, Captain. Entering the bridge, I could hear the voice of Litzer, the ship's detector. She was the operator of the ship's Magitech radar. Her Her job as detector entailed using the radar to spot objects in the vicinity of the ship. Oh, has the thing finally found something? Looking ahead, they were visible to the naked eye. At this height, the small island in the middle of the vast sea were the size of grains of rice. We arrived, sir. Sure, it was a long journey. 3 years and 5 months since we first set out for this place. Did I do a good job keeping us on course, or what? Oh, come off it. It was I who kept us in the air all this time. These last two were Heman, the pilot, and Abdul, the engineer. Without them along, we never would have been able to get to these remote islands off the edge of the continent. Congratulations, sir. Cannon, the gunner, came in noisily. He's been calling me sir ever since I saved him from some drunks back when we stopped in Batik village to refuel. The gunner position was open, so I hired him, and he's been with us ever since. You don't mess with this guy, I'll tell you that much. Not so fast, Cannon. Congratulations is a word you only say at the very end. Our journey isn't over yet. Ah, that's right, I haven't told you yet, have I? The note my father left me before he passed away claimed that the legendary city of gold Kaimsohama is hidden somewhere in the Lankan Islands. Kamisohama means golden man, according to an ancient language, while some old books detail this person as having been the king of the Lankan Islands. There was gold in one of those mountains here, and he was the first to dig it out. He then, as the story goes, used his riches to build a nation. The people of the islands, awash in gold, used it to make everything, from jewelry to household goods. But with this glittering nation escaping the eyes of none, it fell to the kingdom of Lanka in the Middle of Ages. This much appears in the tale of Damon, which certainly every child has read at some point, but that's not all that appears in my father's notes. One day, near the end of my journeys, we stopped to replenish supplies at a small fishing village, and in a pub there, I met a man who claimed to be the last of Kaimsohamans. At first, I listened to his tale only half in earnest. This man was well known as the village's yarn spinner. But then his story took a fascinating turn. Before the kingdom of Lanka took over the islands, all the treasures were sealed away behind a sturdy stone door. This was conducted by 4 royal soldiers who were called the Black Nobles. In order to break the seal, one would have to assemble all the sealing stones, one of which was in the possession of each member of the Black Nobles. One would have to place the stones into the keys called kashibu to open the door, which was somewhere in the Lankan Islands. I told the old man about a key I'd found in the Tower of the Dead earlier on that same adventure, and with tears in his eyes he said, "Lala baby." Surely he wasn't even conscious of having said it. Lala baby is a word used when praying to the god that the Kaimsohamans worship. Upon hearing it, I could hardly remain still. His story was true. Somewhere in Lankan, the treasure of Kaimsohama remains hidden away, a huge treasure, no doubt. But I wasn't interested. Who knows how many treasure hunters have gone after it and given up? Then again, maybe I could solve the puzzle. Nah, too far away. I'll leave that to my own descendants, who have better ships than mine. So he said, but the discovery of the airships has put this adventure within the reach of me, his son. So that's how it got started? I knew that we could reach the Lankan Islands. Abdul seemed to get a second wind as Cannon, hearing the story for the first time, was taken aback. So we're all in this dream together. Right, Abdul? Lighter? Yeah, they shouted almost in unison. Sir, my mind is made up, said Cannon. Show me the... And at that moment, something shook the Gloria. Alarms blared all over the ship. A bomb? All hands to your stations, I cried. Let's, sir, find out what that was. Yes, sir. Could it be possible with them, could it? Another explosion like sound shook the ship. Something's approaching from the left, sir. It looks like a battle airship fleet. 4, 5, 6 of them. It's the Palametians. What should we do, sir? The Empire of Palametia. A military power controlling more land than any other country. They've been after me ever since I made a pact with them. We're not about to let those guys beat us. Hyman, head for the clouds in front of us. We sneak into the mountains areas in the west side of Nashland. Aye, aye, sir. We floated upward and into the clouds. Since the discovery of airships, many clever techniques have been developed for fighting in the air. One of the most difficult is the cloud maneuver. Radar technology isn't refined enough to track an airship in a cloud, and the cloud itself acts as a smokescreen, limiting your field of vision. Of course, strategy like this requires heavy clouds and is not without its risks. Nashland. The easternmost Lancome Islands. Nashland is also the largest of the islands. There is a prosperous agricultural city in the mountains to the west, and in the east, surrounded by mountain ranges, an equally prosperous fishing city. We eluded the Palametian attack and landed in the mountains to the west. Looking around, we seem to have escaped the Palametians so. In the city to the west, named Golland, we gathered information and replaced food and fuel. Think it's true, Hyman? I think so, but it looks pretty dangerous. As for what adventure Hyman was talking about... Okay, everyone's back on board. Hyman, please explain to them. Yes, sir. Everyone, look at this. This is what we are now. The western mountains of National Island. This is where we want to go. The islands where we think the City of Gold might be. We know that there are 8 islands there, but they are too small to land on. That means that the Gloria will have to hover while we investigate, which brings us to the problem of the fuel injector Abdu. It looks to be about 280,000 sectors from our current positions to the islands. Not too far, but we can afford to go back and forth too much. So, we've got only one shot at getting out of there before we have to refuel? Looks like it. Let's review the situation. The islands in this area are too small to land an airship on. This means that we'll have to keep the airship hovering while we go down to investigate. However, hovering, in fact, consumes more fuel than regular forward movement does. And it's about 2,800,000 sectors from Nashland to the islands where we think Kaimsuhama, the City of Gold, is hidden. Not an easy distance to travel back and forth. So we'll top up the fuel tank, fly out to the islands, search around as efficiently as possible, and find the city. After that, we've got to get back here to Nashland. The Gloria holds 16,000 units of fuel. The info we got now assumes that we'll take 500 units to get out of the islands and another 500 to get back. Factoring that, we've only got 15,000 units to spend while there. The following actions consume fuel: moving, hovering, damage to the ship, repairing the ship. There probably won't be any fueling points out there, so when our remaining fuel hits 0, we're done. There are 8 islands in the area. 4 are the islands of the 4 Black Nobles. One of the 4 contains the treasures of the City of Gold. We have to manage our fuel efficiently and find the 4 keys to the Black Noble's house. This will enable us to open the seal of Kaimisuhama. Okay, everybody, listen up. This little sojourn of ours is going to be a bit dangerous. We got some unexplored islands The race against time with fuels, plus the Polynesians on our tails. Lots of uncertainties, dangerous indeed. Still with me? Captain, what were we talking about? Of course we were with you. Of course, Captain, I'm excited. Giving up now would put those 3 years and 5 months for naught. Let's find the city of gold. Thanks, everybody. Let's do it. A few days later, we reached the islands where Kaimisuhama, the city of gold, supposedly lies. Now it's time to set up our strategy. So that's the situation. 8 islands in a circle with the Gloria in the middle here. Let's call this the center point. It will cost us 100 HP to get from the center point to the northwest, northeast, southwest, or southeast corners. In each of those areas, there are 2 islands we can travel between them for another 100 HP. The air is more turbulent between each area, and it will cost 300 HP to move that way. So the best way is to return to the center point each time before going to another area. We understand about the movement, sir, but how about hovering in the air? These islands aren't very big, and we should be able to explore each of them in a day. It will cost about 500 HP to keep the ship floating above per search. Roger. Then let's all get back in position. Roger. Captain, we're over the center point. Your orders, Captain. Just for a small detail, I never played actually through those things, so I have no idea what to do here. So let's go north. To the northeast are Marzen and Abulonia. To the northwest are Curlo and the Island of Joy. Where would you like to go? Northeast. Which island would you like to explore? Marzen or Abulonia? Marzen. Captain, we're over Marzen Islands, awaiting further instructions. Investigate it. Marzen. Captain's log. Marzen investigation. In search of the city of gold, we landed on Marzen. Supposedly, this island was once home to a race of tiny people called Lilliputians. It is said that they were happy and peaceful until the nation of Kaimisuhama was built. We searched the islands, and just when we were about to return to the Gloria, we found a shrine inside a small rock cave. When it looked dilapidated on the outside, it still had beautiful items from the old days inside. Deep inside, we found a huge deep red colored door, but with no key to open it. We couldn't go no further. So, go to a neighboring island. Isle of Joy. Island of Joy. Captain's log. Island of Joy. With our search for the city of gold, we arrived at the Island of Joy. This was supposedly a perfect land watched over by the godless Berlia. However, since the nation of Kaimisuhama was founded, it had fallen to ruin. On our way back to Gloria, after searching the island, we found a small shrine in between some rocks. When it looked dilapidated on the outside, it still had beautiful items from the old days inside. Deep inside, we found a huge white door, but with no key to open it, we couldn't go no further. Oof. Couple of flights. Brutal. Captain's log Curlo. Searching for the city of gold, we arrived in the island of Kirlo. Supposedly, this was the only island to remain unaffected by the meltdown at the Polynesian Empire. We searched the island, and just when we were about to return to the Gloria, we found a shrine inside of a small rock cave. Actually, while it looked dilapidated on the outside, it still had beautiful items from the old days inside. Deep inside, we found a huge door, which began to open. Waiting for us at the end of a long, thin tunnel was an altar that had been created at the bottom of the lake. Sitting on the altar was a duly shining red jewel, Captain's log. So, go to an area. Last Captain's log. Last log. We arrive at Last log in search of the city of gold. From what I heard, this is the island where the ancient humans gathered to await for their demise. Ancient humans? Does that mean that we modern humans will someday vanish from the earth as well? On our way back to the Gloria, after searching the island, we found a small shrine in between some rocks. While it looked dilapidated on the outside, it still had beautiful items from the old days inside. Deep inside, we found a huge white door, but with no key to open, we couldn't go no further. So let's move to south. Southeast. Yeah. This is actually more complicated than I assumed it would be. Captain's log. Year investigation. In search of the city of gold, we landed on Yair. According to legend, this is the land where woman was first born, but that legend is from the old days of the over-god myths. In this era of magi-science, old legends like that one are like dreams. We searched the island, and just when we were about to return to the Gloria, we found a shrine inside a small rock cave. When it looked dilapidated on the outside, it still had beautiful items from the old days inside. Deep inside, we found a huge blue door, but with no key to open, we couldn't go no further. Poseidon. Captain Log Poseidon. Still searching for the city of gold, we arrived on Poseidon. They say the island was named for the god of the sea, but perhaps the sea god himself was named for the ancient magical nation of Poseidon. Just when we were about to return to the Gloria, we found a shrine built into the side of a sheer rock wall. While it looked dilapidated on the outside, it still had beautiful items from the old days inside. Deep inside, we found an imposing black door, but with no key to open, we couldn't go no further. Seems I'm going all the wrong places, Moby. In our search for the city of gold, we arrived at Bonnie Babin, officially named Bonnie Babin Muscresulia. Humans can never entirely experience life. This was written on the wall of a cave by the chief of a tribe bent on destruction long, long ago. On our way back to the Gloria after searching the island, we found a small shrine in between some rocks. While it looked dilapidated on the outside, it still had beautiful items from the old days inside. Deep inside, we found a huge blue door, but with no key to open it, we couldn't go no further. Fuck, man. What the hell? I don't remember. No, I'm not sure what the hell I need to do here. So I think I need to southeast. Let's go to southwest. Go somewhere else. So return to the center point. Roof. Investigate this island. I think I did already visit this one, right? I hope my voice levels are okay in this episode. I don't want to speak a little bit too loud to annoy my new neighbors. Okay. We walked through a long narrow tunnel to find an old weather-beaten airship that seemed to date from the earliest days of flying. A regional adventure ship. There was a distinct odor in the air, and we set about investigating. As it turns out, still remaining in the ship after also found some actoras, or solid fuel. Unfortunately, we were able to find anything indicating that any of the black nobles had once lived here. But thanks to the actorasm, the ship regained some HP. I'm really very confused about this thing. It's like a choose your own adventure, but more stuff, I think. Waiting for us at the end of a long, thin tunnel was an altar that had been created at the bottom of the lake. Sitting on the altar was a dully shining blue jewel. We found the blue jewel of the Black Nobles. Nice. Sir, we sighted some Polynesian ships. It looks like they were following us. Are they investigating the islands too? This is dangerous, I replied. Let us leave this area and return to the center point. Roger. I'm gonna go to southeast, right? Nice. We walked through a long, narrow tunnel to find an old, wet-and beaten airship that seemed to date from the earliest days of flying. On the original adventure ship, there was a state holder here, and so it's more fuel. Alright. Alright, let's go to Poseidon. lot of text to read. And I think this is one of the shortest ones. Poseidon is black. I should have noted, right? Because I would avoid wasting fuel. Waiting for us at the end of a long time funeral was the altar that had been created at the bottom of the lake. Sitting on the altar was a dull white Jew. I found a white Jew. Oh, but Poseidon is black, right? So let's talk. Nice. The ship. I don't call this as Barney Lupin or Curlo. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Phoenicians again. Damn, bro. Think I can't take a break with those people. So both the places that I seem to need to visit are always under attack now. What the hell is that? Oh, I think I need to visit any other place. And then maybe they will go away. So let's try to visit west. I'll try. Oh, actually, I found about you. I'm done. I'm very, very done. That's the fourth jewel. We got all of them. Now we just need to find the sealed door. I saw smiles return to the tired faces of my crew, and we set off to the glory again. Our journey was nearly to an end. We just had to find the sealed door. If we could manage that, then we would find the lost city of gold, which so many adventurers, my father included, can never find. Suddenly, a terrible shock racked the Gloria. Alarms and klaxons screech all the louder. Another explosion? To your stations! Blitzer, found out what it was. Aye, aye, sir. We were shaken again, and then we heard a voice over the radio. Attention, this is Kimbrus, Squadron Captain number 3 of the Polynesian Empire. Massa Rixon, Captain number 8, we have a warrant for your arrest for treason. You will hand over the airship immediately or we will open fire. This is your final warning. Imbris Cornelius, the most cold-hearted of all the Polynesian warship captains. What should we do, sir? There are 15 ships and all there are galleons. We can't beat them. We flee. Blitzer, what's behind us? Rain clouds? Indeed, sir. Cumulonimbus. Okay, Hyman, get us in the middle of those clouds. Sir, if we enter them, we will be struck by lightning. Ha, only if we weren't careful. Surely you're joking, sir, Hyman protested. I'm sure it sounds that way in a situation as dire as this one, but you just have to trust me. But, Captain. Meanwhile, on the Polynesian galleons. Captain, they're moving into the clouds, where certain depths awaits them. I'm sure, former squadron captain, you do indeed have guts, but you're still too soft. Don't you realize that what was your undoing? Shall we follow them, sir? Weaklings like them don't deserve to live in this world. For the Emperor, he must be destroyed. Fire with all cannons. Roger. Forward, full power. Damn, it's no use. We can't escape them. All hands prepare for impact. Is the ship okay? Captain, you're preparing for another attack. Hyman, can we shake it off? I'll give it a try, sir. Blitzer, on a double. Aye, aye, sir. We made it this far. Not gonna let them get us now. Sir, the enemy is a galleon-class warship from the Polynesian Empire. He's the Polynesian leader. Brace yourselves. Captain, your orders. Evade and escape. Attack incoming. A shock rumbled through the Gloria. Stay confident, we fail to defend the attack. Sir, we can't get away. Incoming attack. Brace for impact. The enemy's attacks mixes. Did we make it? Burst of Magitech energy grazed the bridge room. If that had hit us directly, I thought we'd just shudder. Captain, your orders. Let's attack. Roger. A wave of tension developed the Gloria. Prepare the artillery. Attack with the Magitech later. Everyone brace yourselves. Main cannon, fire. I'm sorry, sir. We missed the enemy. Artillery, what are you doing? Set it up again. Incoming attack. So let us shoot again. Sound effect is actually quite nice. They look confused. Okay, let's use this moment to get away before they can regroup. Roger. Magitech cannon is ready. Everyone pick up and take cover while we fire it. Roger. So power the cannon, we have to turn off the Mako energy in the ship. Energy at 80%, 90. All hands, brace yourselves. Energy at 10% or 100%. Fire the cannon. Polynesian engineer. Huh? What's that light? Its energy is tremendous. They don't have a Magitech cannon? That thing. And I couldn't read the last line. Direct hit on the leader, sir. We did it. Abdul, is our ship alright? I don't see anything wrong. Okay, let's get away from the front line before they regroup. Hey, Abdul. Cano, what's the trouble? What was that enemy pilot saying about how our captain used to be with the Polynesian fleet? Oh, he's right about that. I myself used to be an engineer with the Empire. Lieutenant Hyman, too. More than half of our crew used to be on their side, I estimate. So why they are chasing us? Aren't they our allies? Well, we had our differences with Polynesia. Abdul, sir, the inspection is complete. Okay, I'll be right with you later, Kenna. But Abdul. Okay, we have pretty much all the thing, right? The Kashi Nibu. You need to remind which island was the one with the. I think it was Poseidon, right? Yes. What's this? Inside the doorway was a long tunnel. Sensing danger, I returned to the airship and brought the main crew members with me. After preparing for any trouble that might happen, we set off into the underground tunnel. Is this the shrine's back entrance? After walking through the tunnel, we came through an exit and we were outdoors again. It seemed that the shrine extended all the way to the back end of the island. Sir, how about we climbing up that hill? Said Hyman. Maybe there's something over there. We ascended the hill. What the? On the edge of the map, given to me by my father, there was a mysterious looking crest. And looking down from this hill, that's what I saw. Cut into the forest were areas of grass unnaturally connected to the form of the crest. I opened up the notes and looked at the page. The crest was indeed right in here. We head down the hill toward the middle of the symbol. There we found a fist-sized stone lying on its sides, and picking it up, we noticed a raised area on it that looked like it might fit a hole. Is this some kind of key? We tried fitting the Kashinibu onto the mysterious rock, and lo and behold, it fit. We then slowly turned it around, and then the Kashinibu and rock shattered, leaving a light gray stone below. What could we thought? Ah, but the miracles were only just beginning. The green stone pulled in the sunlight from above and refracted it to another point on the hill. We hurried to that spot drawn by the single ray of light. This beam of light was pointing the way. What could be over there? We thought as we arrived at the area. We touched a flat rock there, and it slid aside, revealing a cave. This is the legendary stone door. This is where the treasure of Kaimi Suhama is hidden. Let's go, Captain. We did it. Come on, Captain. Let's enter the cave. With visions of huge piles of silver and gold dancing through our heads, we entered the cave and found ourselves in a vast hall. There was but a single treasure box in the middle. With bated breath, we opened the box. Inside was nothing but a piece of paper. Boys, we sure come far. Sure, there's no treasure, but there's nothing to get depressed about. All the adventures you had in getting here, all the friends you made, those are the real treasures. I tell you, it was a chore to prepare this huge story, spreading tales of Forgios and Kaimi Sulhama. I made it up and took on a life of its own and spread out through the land. Did I do a good job or what? Thanks for staying with me through the greatest practical joke I ever pulled. Satila Rixon. Satila Rixon? That's what my grandfather's name, which means that both I and my father had fallen for this ridiculous joke. I felt more tired than angry. Litzer held my body up as I felt myself beginning to collapse. I'm sorry, everybody. How many times have I put your lives at risk? For almost 4 years. How for a practical joke? I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say. Come on, Captain. Litzer tried to console me. Is it too bad that the city of gold isn't real? But I don't regret our adventures in getting here one bit. Let's head back to the Gloria, said Hyman. We'll go on and off on another adventure. Guess I'm gonna be even busier, said Abdul. Can I then? I'm coming too, sir. Thanks, everybody. But could you keep this a secret from the rest of the crew? They'll never forgive me if they find out. Now let's get going. Roger, sir. The City of Gold. So many adventurers have searched for this paradise, only to give up hope. Their stories come to an end, and their dreams died. But brave travelers will continue to search for it. Captain, wait. Sorry to interrupt you at a time like this, but look. The letter had something on the back. What? P.S. Take the treasure box that you found this letter in and turn it over. You stuck with me through the best practical joke I ever pulled. So let me give you a little something I managed to collect on my travels. With best wishes from Kaimi Sohama, Satila Rixon. As I was turning the crest, one wall of the cave started to crumble. Sand filled the room, and I couldn't keep my eyes open. Then a moment passed, and I blinked. All the cavern walls had turned to gold. And the legend lives on. Fantasy Magic Science story. And that's it for the first novel. I never played through those things. Was okay, I think. It was a fine story. It was gimmicky and funny. Like, it has that choose your own adventure fling, like you move toward the places and find treasures and all stuff. So it was fine. It was fine. Wasn't as wasn't like mind blowing or anything. It was just fine. Like nice ideas. It had pulled some lore from other Final Fantasy titles like the Polynesian Empire from Final Fantasy II and the Roncal Empire from Final Fantasy V, and the Magitech canon, and so yeah, that was fine. That was fine. So this was our first novel playthrough. I'm gonna save because I don't know how the quality of the audio will sound on those episodes. Hopefully, it won't be as bad as I'm afraid it may be. Hopefully not. But anyway, let's continue our adventures. Final flavor. Classic battle that pretty much all balance mods that I ever played make it too much challenging. Even my favorite balance mod, even though once again I don't like balance mods overall, even his mod, which is Cerebrals, makes it too hard, I think, in my opinion. I hope that someday, I think Sarvo already mentioned that he plans to tweak a little bit to make it slightly easier, but it'll still be hard as fuck because Cerebrals is already a challenging mod and it will probably still kick everybody's asses a couple of times. The river's deeper than I thought. Must be careful. Balthier is too broken this version. It's just too overpowered. He's already overpowered in vanilla. He's just even worse. I think Agrias is gonna get her ass kicked. Because I think that black chocobo is gonna chocoball her. And I'm gonna save my babe. I really do hope the levels are enough with me whispering through the episodes, because I really don't want to keep re-recording this thing. Let's hope for the best. Thank you, Renzo. Nice, Agnes. Nice, very nice. Barrage riffable is just so fucking weird and fun. I think Rukmides is gonna hit Agrias, right? Yes. He's gonna insist on trying to kill Agrias. I'm gonna try to put Agrias on 100 bravery or holy explosion. Because Ninja is pretty good. Not sure when or next rendezvous will unlock. I think maybe it's after this next fight. heretic coming to the church, pretty bold. I have no time, so I'll ask you straight out. Why did the high priest send you to Goltana? You came to Zeltania to ask me that? Fine, I'll tell you. My duty is to assassinate Goltana and Orlando. What? Shh, lower your voice. This is the real plan. We are trying to incite those dissatisfied with the government to revolt, thereby causing people to distrust the government even more. Both armies will try to put down the revolts, but won't have enough soldiers. Then what? They'll finish things trying to break the deadlock. All those recent revolts were the high priest's plan, and to stop these, both armies are heading to battle. Everything is as you're planned. Not quite yet, because during the battle, Larg and Goltana will both be killed by someone. Of course, their leaders will also be killed. Nantens, Orlando, Hochtens, Zalbag, and Dystark. Losing their leaders, both armies will stop fighting and turn to peace. Then, the church will become the mediator, and the people will support the church entirely. They even threw in the Zodiac Brave legend, but the Zodiac stones. Right now, you're the church's biggest obstacle. Aren't you trying to get the stones also? I'm not working for the church. What do you mean? It means I'll kill you if I have to. Don't worry, our reasons may be different, but we want the same thing. As long as we want the same thing, we won't be enemies. Come with me? Sorry, I can't. She needs me. She? Prince or princess? It doesn't matter, as long as they are easily controlled. The High Priest's plans calls for a puppet government. You're just using Oviria for your own ambition? I don't know. But what? I would give my life for her. Delete. Is that strange? No, I believe you. Ramza, the church is surrounded. Come out quietly. That voice is Zalmo? Church outside the town. You're the Black Knight Hyrule. Why are you here? Now that you see me, I cannot let you live. Come on, Ranza. They're an only part of the High Priest's plan. If you explain it well, they understand. Are you still so naive? Well, good luck. Defeat Zalmo. Let's cut this battle short. I'm just cheating, man. I like cast nice too. No, teleport is so fucking great. Should I have brought it down? Do you know what you're doing? He's a top criminal. Anyone who helped him is guilty too. You, leader of the Black Knights, dare to oppose the trial examiners? I know who you are. That's why I must kill you all. What? You're an audacious fool. Your actions will disrupt the world's order and oppose God's natural providence. Are you trying to rebel against God? Disrupt the order? This order you talk about is just a matter of your own convenience. Using God as an order to control the people is absurd. You have no right to take advantage of the innocent. The oracle named Raw. 89% on that. That is rough. I'm not sure if I just try to soak a couple of crystals. I really don't think I should. Tigers will be paralyzed anyway this turn. Let's do it. Let's not push the battle too further. Oh God, please punish the wicked. I'm sorry for that. What are you going to do, Ramza? I had two reasons for coming to Zoltania. One was to see you. The other was to see Count Orlando. Thunder God said, I want his cooperation to uncover the church spot. How? I have strong proof that he will uncover the wrongdoing. The Germanic scriptures. When I met Olin, the Count, the Count's son-in-law, he promised me if I had proof, he would stop the High Priest's conspiracy. Olin, huh? It's okay. She's one of us. Several people were sent from Moron to help me. She's one of them. Help? More like to keep an eye on you. Hey, come on. She knows everything. She's the only one we can trust in the Goltana army. You're the youngest BU of Ramza, right? My name is Balmafla. Nice to meet you. And what do you want? The Hakutan are moving. Is Fort Betla the target? Count Orlando left Fort Betla a while ago. Goltana is heading for Betla, along with your Black Sheep Knights. A little too late. The battle won't end. I'm not giving up. I will persuade the Count before any more die. I guess it's goodbye, Ramza. Stay alive, Delita. You too. You're letting him go? I know what he'll do. You even use your friends. Shut up. What do you know? I hate people like you. Hurry up and go. So, in Zeltania we have the rumor of the Cursed Isle of Nulveska. For those unfamiliar with the original release, there are a couple of secret characters that you can recruit by checking a couple of rumors and advancing a plotline that starts in Gog Machine City that you guys saw in a previous episode while I was trying to unlock Balthier's mission with the strange metal ball that they find there. And this is unlocks another part of that story, which unlocks another visiting spot here. One thing that the Lion War mod made to integrate better the secret units is that you don't need to wait for certain story beats to make the side quests. I think you need to wait a couple of fights before you can actually unlock Rays and as a special as a recruitable unit. But in this case, you can start the Rays Dragon Hunter quest as soon as you unlock those specific spots in the map. I'm just gonna need to check a couple of things here. He's night 3 in the end, so I need to 3 and 4. Oh, actually, I was trying to unlock Jarknight, right? I really have Ninja with him, yes, I did. So I was trying to unlock Jarknight. Do I have remedy? Yes, I do. I'm gonna grab maintenance and Phoenix down. I have Phoenix down, yes. Potion remedy. Potion Phoenix down, yes. Alright. So a couple more propositions has been unlocked, as well a couple of new equipment. I don't think we have anything really important to buy. Or even if we had actually unlocked another additional bracer, because bracers are just the best. And I'm gonna see what props unlocked. I'm gonna farm research off above this, and here I'm gonna. I need samurai, right? My 3 more. This is what my 8 have. 4. So what do I need is Lancer. Lancer, I need Thief 3. You know what? I think I'm gonna unlock race first before going to unlock true gun. Before I unlock, before I actually waste more propositions, I'm gonna to unlock race. Let's do that. So for those unfamiliar with, just confirming because I'm pretty sure yes. You had to visit that Gog Machine City, and you just need to check a rumor called Ghost in Colliery. There are a number of coal mines in Golland, but a monster seemed to have recently settled in one of them. A plan to gather knights to suppress the monster was being made by the administration, but due to the war, no progress has been made. The administration put a reward for anyone from commoner to a hunter who slays the monster. All hope for a quick solution. And now we move to Lysalia. And on Lysalia, we will meet a certain someone.